The Cleveland Cavaliers travel to Scotiabank Arena to face the Toronto Raptors on this Monday night matchup, a meeting between two teams sitting near the top of the Eastern Conference standings. Cleveland comes in at 12-6, Toronto at 12-5, and both enter on the second leg of a back-to-back set. Let's start with the stars, one at a time. For Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell remains the heartbeat. He's averaging over 30 points per game and just poured in 37 against the Clippers. He scored 31 the last time he faced Toronto, and his scoring efficiency has been consistent. Strong shooting, strong volume, and strong control of the offense. Evan Mobley continues to give the Cavs balance, posting 18 to 19 points recently with double-digit rebounds. His defensive presence and two-way reliability matter in games like this. For Toronto, Scotty Barnes has been steady on both ends, giving the Raptors scoring, rebounding, and rim protection with over 1.5 steals and 1.5 blocks per game. Brandon Ingram has added scoring from the wing, consistently reaching into the upper teens. Emmanuel quickly brings pace, ball movement, and efficient shooting nights, helping Toronto stack wins. Now the game. Cleveland leads the league in three-point attempts, while Toronto brings elite efficiency, strong fast break scoring, and momentum from 7 straight wins. But Toronto is on a back-to-back, missing R.J. Barrett, and Cleveland has historically dominated this exact scheduling spot. And today's AI pick is Cavaliers moneyline. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 2.
Brooklyn, Barclays Center, Knicks versus Nets. A rivalry game in name only because one team walks in with structure and the other walks in searching for oxygen. New York enters at 9-6, looking to rebound from a loss to Orlando. Brooklyn drags a 3-13 record into their own building, still trying to figure out how to score enough to stay relevant. Let's go one player at a time. Jalen Brunson remains the engine for New York. Nearly 28.5 points per game and close to 7 assists. When he controls pace, the Knicks don't just score, they dictate rhythm. Next is Michael Porter Jr., Brooklyn's primary weapon, dropping almost 25 per night with 7.6 rebounds. He's efficient, he's productive, and he's shouldering most of the Nets' meaningful offense. Then there's Nicholas Claxton, steady at 14.5 points and nearly 8 rebounds, bringing the rim protection and interior effort this roster desperately needs. Now the game itself. The Knicks play with a hardened tempo, efficient on offense but not in a rush. They hit threes, they rebound, and they slow opponents with physical half-court possessions. Brooklyn, on the other hand, sits near the bottom of the league in pace and scoring. They're 29th in points per game. They're 26th in field goal percentage, and they're struggling to generate high-quality looks without consistent ball movement. This combination is the tell. One team controls the floor, the other struggles to reach 110 on most nights. The number is inflated by name value, not scoring reality. And today's AI pick is under 229.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 3.
Milwaukee hosts Portland tonight at Fiserv Forum, a matchup between two teams trying to steady themselves before the standings start to harden. The Bucks enter at 8-9, looking to break a 4-game losing streak. The Trailblazers arrive at 7-10, playing on the second leg of a back-to-back after facing Oklahoma City last night. Both groups are walking in with injuries, fatigue, and pressure to respond. Let's move through the key players one at a time. For Portland, Deni Avdija has become their primary engine, averaging around 25 points, with over 6 rebounds and 5 assists. He's their stabilizer and their scorer when the rest of the roster is fragmented. Shaedon Sharpe normally brings athletic scoring on the wing, but he's doubtful. Jerami Grant contributes 18 points per night, and his perimeter shooting gives Portland spacing, but the rest of the rotation is thin. For Milwaukee, Ryan Rollins has stepped forward in Giannis Antetokounmpo's absence, averaging nearly 19 points and close to 6 assists. His decision-making and tempo keep the offense balanced. Miles Turner adds interior presence, scoring about 12 and pulling down over 6 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma brings shot creation, while Bobby Portis gives efficiency from the arc. Now the game itself. Portland is missing too many creators and too much defense. Sharp, Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, and several front court pieces all weaken their structure. Milwaukee is also without Giannis, but their supporting cast is intact, and they are at home with rest advantage. Portland's defensive rating and injuries leave them vulnerable. And today's AI pick is Milwaukee Bucks minus 1.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 4.
Denver heads into Memphis tonight, bringing a 12-4 record and one of the most efficient offenses in the league. The Grizzlies sit at 6-11, trying to build momentum after 2 straight wins. FedEx Forum will be loud, but the numbers tell a quieter story, one shaped by pace, efficiency, and the gaps between these two rosters. Let's start with the stars, one at a time. Nikola Jokic has been on another level, averaging over 30 points, 13 rebounds, and nearly 11 assists. His control of tempo is unmatched. He slows the game, directs possessions, and forces opponents to play at Denver's rhythm. For Memphis, Santi Aldama leads with around 14 points and nearly 7 rebounds. He's versatile, capable of attacking mismatches and stretching the floor, but he's not the kind of shot creator who raises a game's scoring ceiling by himself. Now, the matchup. Denver's pace is one of the slowest in the league at 98.5. They rely on half-court execution, not fast-break chaos. Memphis plays a bit quicker, but their shooting efficiency holds them back. Just 43% from the field and 32% from deep, both near the bottom of the NBA. Denver's defense ranks inside the top half, and when they control possessions through Jokic, the game tightens. Memphis struggles to consistently break 110 against strong defenses, and Denver rarely turns games into shootouts on the road. The number is inflated, the scoring projections aren't. And today's AI pick is under 233.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 5.
New Orleans hosts Chicago tonight inside Smoothie King Center, and this one has the feel of a game that moves fast, gets loose, and turns into a track meet before the second quarter even settles. Chicago comes in at 9-7, pushing one of the fastest tempos in the entire league. The Pelicans, despite sitting at 2-15, have just enough offensive talent to add fuel to a high-scoring environment, especially when facing a defense as inconsistent as the Bulls. Let's talk players one by one. For Chicago, Josh Giddey is nearly averaging a triple-double with over 20 points, 10 rebounds, and almost 10 assists. He drives pace. He forces movement. Kobe White brings scoring from the guard spot, and Nikola Vucevic adds inside-out production with rebounding that ignites quick outlets and transition opportunities. This trio alone can stretch a scoreboard fast. For New Orleans, Trey Murphy leads with over 20 points per game and provides strong perimeter shooting. Zion Williamson adds another 21 per night with physical drives and offensive boards that keep possessions alive. Even with injuries throughout the roster, these two can produce bursts of scoring that keep the Pelicans from falling completely out of games. Now the matchup. Chicago ranks second in pace and top 10 in three-point efficiency. New Orleans ranks near the bottom defensively, giving up over 121 points per game. When a fast team meets a struggling defense, the total climbs. Historical trends between these teams in this building also lean heavily over, and both squads have been involved in high-scoring runs lately. And today's AI pick is over 244.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Lilith's recap.
You want the truth? Here it is. Tonight we dropped 5 games, 5 voices, 5 angles. Now you get the full run-through in one breathless sweep. No fluff, no mercy. Just the picks. In English, Game 1, Cavaliers, moneyline. Game 2, under 229.5, Knicks versus Nets. Game 3, Bucks minus 1.5. Game 4, under 233.5, Nuggets versus Grizzlies. Game 5, over 244.5, Bulls versus Pelicans. And now, en español, Juego 1, Cavaliers, línea de dinero. Juego 2, bajo 229.5, Knicks contra Nets. Juego 3, Bucks menos 1.5. Juego 4, bajo 233.5, Nuggets contra Grizzlies. Juego 5, más de 244.5, Bulls contra Pelicans back to English. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? And I'll leave you with an old saying from the other side. Wer im Dunkeln wirft, trifft manchmal das Licht. He who throws in the dark sometimes hits the light.